You know, the orange bastard still, on the one hand, he talks about how he lost the 2020 election by just a handful of votes. On the other hand, he continues to put out the lie, like his lie about eating pets in Springfield, Ohio, or Venezuelan gangs taking over Aurora, Colorado. He still can't admit publicly that he lost the 2020 election. So his minions in the U.S. House of Representatives, these sick, fucking, degenerate Christian white men, always eager to show that they are going to suck up to Donald Trump no matter what he says, no matter what he does. They will be right there to bless him for doing it. Well, the latest is they're calling for an investigation into the debate between the orange bastard and Kamala Harris. Yes, that's right. An investigation. This is what the white male Christian thugs in the U.S. House of Representatives are demanding. I don't think there's any person who watched that so-called debate who didn't understand from just about the second minute that Trump had his ass handed to him by Kamala Harris. He lost, and he lost badly. And all the post-debate polls showed that there was no question, since we are hell-bent on deciding a winner and loser. I mean, your own comments, you don't need a poll to tell you that the orange vomit stood there and looked like a fucking idiot that just arrived from some other dimension. He had nothing to say except lie after lie after lie. And ABC anchors fact-checked him on 3 of them, and he lost his shit because of that. Immigrants eating pets, Jesus Christ. But now Republicans are claiming that ABC News, which hosted the debate, provided Kamala Harris with advance knowledge of the questions they were going to ask. And they're also, these white lumps of horse shit in the U.S. Congress are claiming that there is a whistleblower. Yes, a whistleblower willing to detail how ABC helped Harris, though they can't seem to decide if this whistleblower is dead or alive. Conveniently, this person will be dead, of course. I mean, where is the whistleblower? They've been talking this shit for the past week. The real problem here is that the orange puke is a loser who cannot ever admit that he lost. You know, he lost the fucking moment he squeezed out of his mother's uterus. I mean, he's been nothing but a loser. But he also has been the type of person that P.T. Barnum had in mind when he said that there's a sucker born every minute and someone else born to take the sucker. I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what the circus showman said. Trump understood that the way you and I tried to understand 8th grade English class. Trump understands that in order to succeed in his world, you have to do one thing only, be the pluperfect liar, and then stand behind your lies and never, ever, ever concede that you did lie. Oh, fuck no. And that's what has made his useless, shitty life. So to cover up his losing the 2020 election, and in fact, he lost the 2016 election, but never mind. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a democratic republic that has been skewed from the very beginning to make sure that only rich white people determine what really happened when it concerns an election. Now, not so much rich white people any longer, but white people nonetheless. Electoral College. So to cover up his losing, the orange bastard employed a 3-part plan. And he's doing this again this year. First of all, insisting that whoever he's running against is going to cheat. They have cheated. They're cheating all over the place while this son of a bitch cheats. And then, after the vote is taken, he's got to claim that no matter how badly he lost, he really won. It was rigged. They were against me. They're hiding votes. They did this. They did that. And then the third thing, and the thing that is pushing this country toward something awful, is to get the conspiracy theories out there about why he lost. And kind of a prelude to what's coming is what we saw on January 6, 2021. And Trump is going to unleash that bullshit again. And even if this rancid son of a bitch doesn't, those types who were instrumental in organizing and carrying out Trump's plan, a couple of them are in prison. I wish they'd be there. I wish they should have been put up against a wall and shot. It was fucking treason. It was trying to overthrow the government. I don't believe in the death penalty, except where it concerns violating, killing, or hurting children or trying to overthrow the government. Those are my red lines, you might say. But those son of a bitches have been organizing ever since. These insurrectionists, these traitors to the United States. You know, you talk about detention camps and throwing people out of the country. Well, if we got to have detention camps, can't we at least put people in them who are trying to destroy the country? Oh, my God. Days before that debate between Harris and Trump, the Orange Vomit was already pushing the idea that ABC was going to provide Harris with the questions in advance. Of course. And the Fox filth sewer, where these rats live, who present themselves as journalists or program hosts, the rats in the Fox sewer allowed him to say this shit and promoted the idea. And it wasn't just the rats in the Fox sewer. It was other sewers that are now out there run by the same kind of vermin as those that are on television where it concerns Fox, the Fox sewer. Yeah, it's already started, folks. They gave Kamala Harris the answers. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then when he had his ass kicked up around his shoulders during the debate, what did he do? And even the commentators, well, I was watching MSNBC, but I switched over to CNN a couple of times, and even the commentators were like shocked, I tell you, to find out that this son of a bitch went to the so-called spin room to try to influence the members of the press who were there jawboning this shit and talking about how badly he had lost. And he showed up down there with a little cadre of his filthy fucking inner Nazi circle. I don't know if the little Nazi Jew Stephen Miller was there. Steve Bannon would have been there, but he's still in prison, the Nazi Christian. And while he was there, while he was in the spin room, do you remember this? This shows you, if you need to see it again and again and again, the total psychopathological delusion of this son of a bitch when he said, quote, "It was the best debate personally that I've ever had. Polls are indicating that we got 90%, 60%, 72%, 71%, and 89%, end quote. It's funny, except for the fact that it isn't. On an essential level, it's not funny. It displays the fucking insanity. And where in the hell is our media? All these fucking years that we've had to deal with this madman and the fact that he has polluted every single thing corrupted every single institution, every person, every idea since he has been on the political stage. Where the fuck is our media? Why are they not pointing it out every single minute, every newscast, every editorial? This man is fucking crazy. He's insane. He belongs in a goddamn institution. But how many years did our free press treat what was burbling out of his fucking mouth as reportable? We should talk about this. Oh, well, Trump says that they're eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. Well, we better report on this and the possibility. Are they? When Barack Obama, when he was accused of not being an American citizen, even though he was the goddamn president, where was the media? The media reported that Trump said, my people are in Hawaii checking out his birth certificate, which is bullshit. And why didn't media say it back then? Why didn't every television newscaster, every editorial writer say, this fucking guy is crazy, and use the F word? Who the hell gives a damn anymore? This fucking guy is crazy. He's out of his mind. I get pretty het up, don't I? Het up, that's an expression here in the South. That means you have your bloomers in the wad. Amen. Now, those poll numbers that the orange bastard cited when he went to the spin room, he didn't answer a reporter's question when he was asked, where'd you get those numbers? Well, the numbers came from these online Christian Nazi polls put together by these crazy fuckers like on YouTube or whatever. YouTube. Yeah. Well, we just did a survey over here on the Christian Up Your Ass Network, and guess what? Trump got 90% that said that he won. Jesus Christ. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.